Welcome back to an episode of Lisa introduces herself to the people. And we forgot to click on record, so there was a little hiccup that happened. Because I wanted to do some side missions now. And I started with the one in Liu that I managed to find. The one that starts with Atsuko, by the way. Atsuko is that Inazuman girl who starts up over here at the moment. So let's delete this quest. And it's actually really interesting. You have to bring a letter to her parents, which are those two people. And there seems to be some really strange events that happen. Because someone else took her place and was just looking like her. And my expectation is it's one of those raccoons, which are called tanuki, I believe. And they always bring berries and seeds from the forest in order to, well, be kind of appreciated. Really interesting. That's one of those really beautiful side missions. Just extremely cool. Anyhow, sadly I, well, messed up the recording in there. So we're going to continue with another quest, which is right next door. So let's do this one. Also, let's just zoom in a little bit. This one says World Quest, this one says Q2, so these must be those two. Alright, so let's talk to these two peoples to help them out. Midori and Koichi. So, well, I'm running out of news stories to tell Koichi. What kind of news stories are you talking about? It's a news story told by Uncle Ramsey. He said he's been to many countries and seen many interesting things. In order to record these things, he wrote something called the travelogue. Interesting, a travelogue. Not a travel log, but it... whatever. He showed me a lot of his travelogues. For example, there's a kit of iron carriage that flies in the sky in Fontaine. It runs along an invisible road. Takes no time to travel from one end of the village to the other. An iron carriage. Oh, I think they mean something like a plane or so. There's a special kind of grass in Sumeru which can be planted anywhere. It can be planted in soil, water or sand. Once it's planted, it will sprout and grow. Oh, that's magical. And there's a kind of a boat that can stay at the bottom of the sea for a long time, like a submarine. But riding in that boat, people can go to the deep sea to do all kinds of things and see all kinds of fish. Really? Anyway, that's what Uncle Ramsey told me. Ramsey, I hope they mean the Fatui dude who is at the Teahouse. Well, that's not the point. Recently, Uncle Ramsey stopped sending me this travelogue for some reason, so I'm running out of stories to tell Koichi. I know that Uncle Ramsey has been staying at the Komore Teahouse. Yes, I wanted to go find him, but the gatekeeper, Sister Kozue, wouldn't let me in because I'm a kid. You look old enough. Can you help me ask Uncle Ramsey what happened to those travelogues? I'm not that old. Am I? Anyway, you look like a reliable person. Please send it. Okay, I'll see. Okay, so now, are you also interested in reading those travelogues? No problem. Just give them to me when you're finished. I'll go with you. Although I can't get in, I can wait for you near the tea house. I'm so looking forward to reading Uncle Ramsey's new travelogues. Alright. This is actually a really, really interesting one. Because it could be true, it could also be false, right? No one knows. I think there was some dude who also wrote some travel diaries. And he actually made up all of the stuff that happened to him. But the people still love to read all of that. So it's kind of like one of those nice novels. Like one of the... yeah, you could think of it as some kind of like fantasy fiction. Definitely a fictional kind of thing. So, where are both of them gone? Anyway, Kozue. Welcome to the Komore Teahouse. How can I help you? About Ramsey. Oh, that businessman. He is indeed in the tea house, but he's been quite stressed recently. Not sure what happened. If you want to find him, just go inside and you'll see him. Alright. So, can I always enter the commodities or just sometimes? Anyway, let's talk to Ramsey in here for the travelogues, the internationals. Dum dee dum dee dum dum dum. Ah, there's Heihachi, usually. So sometimes they do enter the Teahouse. Very strange. So, Ramsey. Ah, are you a traveler? What can I do for you? About the travelogues. Oh, you mean the travelogue I write for that little girl Midori? I've been too busy to write those lately. She must be getting anxious. Are those travelogues real? What do you think? They don't sound real to me. I hope it's true. I also wish the things I wrote could come true. That's right. Technically, none of the facts in the travelogues are real. Although some places and characters are based on reality, most of the contents are my own imagination. So, yeah, he made this up. But he said something also about some inventions and technology, which may not even exist in at that moment. So it is more like Jules Verne. That guy also just came up with some fiction in this case. He actually wrote science fiction just back in the day. Now you see it as a like kind of sounds like a nowadays story. Anyway, of course, some of it is not entirely imaginary. For example, in the travelogue that I'm writing, someone made a super balloon. Ooh. Then he summoned his friends and planned to travel around Tevat in this balloon in 80 days. Oh, I really have to say, like, last episode, right? I did not really had the bestest words when it came to the boss fight with that huge lizard thing, Astaha. I was really annoyed by it. But the whole game kind of like turns itself upside down or shows itself from its best side when you are doing those side missions or missions in general. They're just so well done. It's amazing. There are so many points that connect to stuff. It's really cool. Anyway, also this balloon does not require vision to operate. All it takes is some technical knowledge. Those people travel around the world in the balloon and they encounter very strange things and phenomena along the way. I was going to write this for Midori, but for some reason I didn't even have time to finish a short paragraph. Why is that? Do you see that guy in the hallway? He's called Heihachi. He's been staring at me since I don't know when. I was going out to look for inspiration for my travelogue, but that guy has been following me everywhere. I don't know what he's trying to do. I'm worried that this guy has ill intentions towards me. I wouldn't dare to go out. That's why the travelogue has been delayed. Fortunately, now you're here, traveler. Can you accompany me to look for inspiration outside? With you here, I don't think he would dare to do anything to me. Well, but this does not solve your problem permanently, which is a bit iffy. I'll take care of it, definitely. No, thank you. As the saying goes, one must guard against others. Someone's staring at me from behind, I have to guard against him no matter what. One must guard against others. Now, this is interesting. Because, yeah, other people... Like, if everybody guards against anyone else, right? That's also not helping anyone. So when I'm looking for inspiration, please protect me, traveler. In fact, I already have a few locations in mind. Let's go there right now. The first place is near the beach. Let's go! Now then, go near the... It's just around the corner. Alright, so let's just use the teleporter to get outside the tea house. I think it's even further away than it would normally be if I just exited the building. But, nah, okay, it's not that far away. So, let's just fly. Oh, hello, kitty. Over there. And down we go. Now, the water at this beach is crystal clear. The color of the sand is so white, it's completely different from the open seas. It would be a nice place to set sail from, or take off from. The scenery here is very nice. Let me write it down in my notes. Traveler, please wait a moment. I need to think about how to write my travelogue. You could walk around and enjoy the scenery. I think he now will say something about Gulliver's journeys or something like that, maybe. But please don't stray too far away from me. The guy Heihachi is following me. He's just nearby. Is he though? I mean, there's another guard, which I don't... Walk around the beach. Yeah, walk around the beach. Who's... Hiro... Oh, okay. Wait a minute. There's another mission down... Oh, yeah, I marked it already, so I'm good. So... He said something about Heihachi being nearby. I don't see him anywhere. Which is weird. Am I just supposed to go back and forth now, or what? I think... Oh, there he is. Okay. Yeah. Why are you standing in my way? Are you trying to start something? A conversation, for starters. Why are you following us? Following you? What? I'm just taking a walk around here. What's wrong with that? Do you own this beach? Who do you think you are? I'm the one who is supposed to defeat Baal, if she gets nerfed a little bit at least. Come on. Why are you standing in my way? Da 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 da. Why are you following us? And same outcome. As long as we defend Ramsey, everything is fine. I just don't know what this Heihachi dude tries to do here. Maybe he just tries to get anything suspicious in order to make Ramsey be deported. But that's not helping anyone. Pretty good. The scenery here is really nice. And then, let me have a look. There's a river bend in the outskirts to the north of town. Small waterfall there is very nice. Let's go there. Alrighty. Waterfall bend out of town, which is right there, which is right... I'm just looking for one of those teleporters which is closest. But none of them are really. Like there's... How can it be that most, if not all of the teleporters are always so extremely far away? Do. Ah. Now this is actually really cool. Not only are you doing side missions, but you are getting kind of almost pointed towards all of those device thingies. Defeat the opponents. Wait, what? Which ones? Oh! Pew, 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 pew. Okay. Area pacified. Hello? They did not leave anything. Ramsey. Why are there demons wandering around? Although the scenery is very nice, it really is quite dangerous. But I can include this experience in my travelogue. Let's get out of here and find a safe place. That guy is still following us. He's really persistent. Go to the safe spot. Ah, that must be Heihachi again. Don't want to go to the safe spot. I want to talk to him again. Now, what the hell is this place? Where there are demons here. Why are you following us? Come on. Me? Follow you? Aren't I allowed to come here to enjoy a walk and pick fruit? So paranoid. Dude. The last location is the top of the hill over there. The view there is very good, yada yada yada, something something, end of sentence, and I don't even know what they said. Let's just defeat these peoples. Pew 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 pew. Ah. Okay, let's do a charge attack. Come on, 3, 2, 1, and there. It would be nice to have a faster charge up time. I don't even know if this is possible to do in maybe even one of those constellations of her. Really have to check. So, let's see. Nope, I don't want to cook. I want to check in her constellations if there's something about speed. Lisa regenerates holding Violet Arc has the following effects: increased defense, resistance. Like, holding it is nice, I just want it faster, to be honest. Number of lightning bolts released by lightning rose by 3. Increases level of Violet Arc. And when Lisa takes the field, she applies 3 stacks of Violet Arc conduction status onto nearby opponents. This effect can only occur once every... Like, this is really cool. You just switch to her and boom. But still, this does not solve the problem with her taking her sweet ass time to actually trigger all of that. 200 something meters this way. I think I should use a teleporter for that. And it would be a really good idea if there's actually a teleporter close by. But there's not. So I'm screwed. Well then. Time to climb up the bloody mountain. Ooh, more samurai. Actually, a very interesting design of their heads, to be honest. Like, they're not completely round, they have this little bend in them. It may make it even easier to place it on their heads. It's quite interesting. Is this other dude training? Looks like it. Bam! Okay, now you're in the water, you're pretty much dead. Ah. There we go. So, now, we're getting closer and closer towards the top of the mountain. So either I'm going to climb or I'm going to walk. Either way. They're helicals. Ah, come on, let's just forget about the helicals. I don't always have to fight everything, do I? Just a little bit higher. Higher, 50 meters. So, which character would be helpful when it comes to upwards movement? Like, Venti has this ability to jump upwards. I don't know if this is a normal ability for him or if this... No, the ultimate was some black hole thingy. There we go. So then... Ramsey, standing on the top of the mountain, you can almost see the entire Narukami Island, if not for the brushwork. The wind at the mountaintop is quite strong, and the height is perfect for takeoff. There are no obstacles here, and it's a long way from Inazuma City. I won't be disturbed by Doshin or by unwanted people. It really is a good location. In conclusion, it's a good location to take off from, and it's a nice place to write about in the travelogue. That guy... still following us. He just wouldn't let us go. I'll get rid of it. Well, we don't need to get rid of him. We're not the mafia. It's fine. Don't worry about him. He wouldn't dare do anything rash with you around. When dealing with this kind of person, if you approach him, he would keep pestering you. Anyway, let's call it a day. Let's go back to the Komore Teahouse. Can I really not interact with the guy? I mean... the camera pointed downwards, and I think he was supposed to stand somewhere over there. I don't know if he gets instantiated in, if I... No. Okay, because sometimes you can't really see the complete distance. And you have to kind of like guess it a bit. So... Oh, wait a minute. Once I start one of those side missions, I definitely have to change the counter from 2 to just 1 for this one. That always happens. Like, I put an awful lot of marks on the map, and then I wonder where the stuff is that I marked. But I just finished it anyway. So there's nothing to search. Okay. Ah, finally. So, you made up or not? I already have some ideas about the main story of my travelogue, but it'll take me 1 or 2 days to finish the chapter. have written a few paragraphs before. Please take these paragraphs to Midori first. When I'm finished with the whole story, I'll ask someone to bring her the complete travelogue. Travelogue? That's what he says. How would I know if he has any other agendas? What are you talking about? I said this guy has ulterior motives for writing these travelogues. Who would think about those random nonsense? Travel around Tevat in a hot air balloon without using vision. There must be some sort of agenda behind it. He just hasn't exposed himself yet. Goodness gracious. This is also kind of a... Well, yeah. It gets to... Like, it's okay for Heihachi to think this way. Like, suspicious, of course. He does not know any of that stuff. No one knows. So, of course, you're suspicious to it. Because it's new. It gets a problem if he tries to interfere with it, though. That's the iffy bit. But... please take these paragraphs to the travelogue to Midori when I'm finished with the story. Ask someone to bring in the complete travelogue. Alright. So, let's talk to Midori then. I'm still not quite sold on the end of this. Or there really is a code in here. That would be cool. Now, travelogue. Did you get the travelogue? This from Mr. Ramsey. No, travel around Tevat in 80 days. Wow, thank you. Let me look. Whoa. How come this is so thin? The other travelogues are much thicker. He hasn't finished yet. Is that so? I'll wait and read it when Uncle Ramsey is finished. Then I'll have a new story to tell Koichi. Thank you, traveler. These are for you. Please accept them. Experience pamphlets. Now, they are really important. And money. 30,000. Jesus Christ. Why are those children so loaded? Oh, wait a minute. B. Yeah, let's look. Do we have like the Teva travel thing? Torn Page, Toki Alley Tales. 1 and 2. There's supposed to be 10 pages, and of course I didn't really explore anything in Inazuma yet. So there's still some room. What about this one? Nakanohara Fireworks Note. And are they supposed to at least get some items from that too? It may take a while. Alright. So, let's see. Let's try to at least complete some of those markers one at a time. So let's do the other mission that was right around here, so I can get rid of this marker. Just right around. So, and also we can end this little episode and continue with whatever this mission is supposed to be called in the next one. Until then, like and subscribe. Ta-ta!